Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special 1-year anniversary edition of the Renegade Roundtable. That's right, we have been bugging you guys every Thursday night for a solid year now.
Peekaboo.
Oh, look.
What is good, everyone? First off, beautiful intro. Beautiful.
Yeah. I try. I've done this, twice now? Okay. I'm not great at this.
Two or three times.
This is your job, okay?
Listen, as you can see, what is good, everyone? Welcome to our 1-year extravaganza of the Renegade Roundtable podcast. I'm Jeff. That's Caleb. We're in person. He's literally within an arm and 2 arms lengths worth. Now, obviously, I have short arms, just like I guess the way that Kenny Pickett has short hands. We'll talk about him here shortly. Yes, I had to throw my my little dig into him real quick, just for the hell of it. But yeah, we are here for our 1-year extravaganza. This is can't believe it's already been a year.
It doesn't feel like a year. It feels like we've been doing this for a couple of weeks.
I know, and it's just honestly, it's kind of insane. It's crazy how it came about.
Well, that's one thing I was just thinking about today when we went, because, I'm sure you guys I've heard this before, but we met after the graduation of one of the school we both have been going to, the college we were at. And it was just because Kirby and his mom were there, and I went up and offered to take a picture, and noticed he had some Steeler on his background, and decided to start a little friendly conversation about it. But I was just thinking today, it's even more ironic because we weren't even going to go take pictures, and then the last second I turned into the parking lot and was like, we should go take pictures. So I almost drove all the way around, and we wouldn't even be sitting here today doing a show. But
I do got to make one change real quick. I realized something's going on, so keep on talking with this story. It'll be like a 2-second change.
All right, well, I don't know what he's up to, but he's working his magic over there. I don't get paid to do that kind of stuff. No, it was cool because I wasn't even supposed to be there getting pictures, and then I just decided to, and it's kind of a weird habit of mine. I love to make people feel awkward, and then go up and ask hey, do you want a picture? Half the time people appreciate it, and the other half people are always snippy or rude. But I don't know, make them feel awkward. It's great. I enjoy it. But it was just one of those times I went up and saw Kirby and his mom there, went and got pictures. I noticed he had a Steeler background, decided to we had probably a 10-minute conversation about the Steelers then.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was a solid Steeler, and we were talking about jerseys. He was telling me about his Claypool jersey. And it was just funny because out of that, his mom's like, hey, you guys should do a podcast. I'm like, hey, that might work out. And then, lo and behold, a year later,
all right, there we go.
We have been doing this for a year now. Yeah. We're doing halfway decent.
So, yeah, what happened, like he said, to elaborate more on that was so when we were talking or whatever, because at first, obviously, it's the first time I'd met you. Obviously, none of us have anything Steelers on to know that, oh, you're a Steeler fan too. And he saw my background, and I'm like, oh, don't judge me, I'm a Steeler fan. And you're like, wait, I am too. I'm like, holy shit, here we go. Literally. You know what? I love the fact that it's our hashtag for the Steelers, here we go, because I say that so much.
It's a lot cooler than, any other hashtag out there for an NFL team. I mean, we got a cool chant. The Clowns kind of copied it. I think ours sounds better. I feel like the dog stuff just makes it sound stupid at the end. But, no, it's literally, it's hype. It's here we go. Let's go. It works. I like it.
Yeah, and it was just and that was cool. And yeah, like he said, we came up with the idea of doing this, and I will mention this person's name for the first time in a while. Stone. Obviously, she hasn't been with us for a long time, but she was with us at the beginning. Obviously, things didn't work out. She's now here with us now. No, she's still alive. She's just not with the podcast. I don't want to make it seem like she died or anything, but I was still grateful for her at the time, when she came on. She was super excited, and obviously, she was a part of this, so I'm assuming you're not watching it, but if any one of her friends say, or do see this or whatever, and want to show her if she wants to see it herself, I know we had our differences, but I still salute you, and thank you for what you've done with us, through the little bit that you were with us, but other than that, it's been a blast, and it's weird. I haven't done an in-person show since, the NFL draft. Which, granted, that was a couple months ago, because I did that with my man Paul and my man Hunter when we were covering the draft. It sucks that you couldn't be there, because I think it was like you got in like the next day or something. It was somewhere where it was like you just weren't going to be able to make it.
Yeah, I was not. I was here like a week and a half later.
Yeah, and because I know Hunter was that same way down at Ohio State. He was like supposed to come down home like the next day or something. It was like real close, but yeah. Other than that, and I did see. And I'm keeping track of the comments. Johnny Bravo says, "Congrats! Did I win the giveaway yet?" Hunter says, "Baja Blast is the best Mountain Dew flavor." Where the hell did that? Oh yeah, because
No, because that's my question. You didn't read my question of the week?
what is the best? The regular Mountain Dew.
Why you missing my questions of the week? I put these in there every week, and they get dumber and dumber.
Well, obviously, I had some production stuff. You literally did that as I was in the middle of doing production.
That's a good point. No, I have Mountain Dew on my mind. I got my Baja Blast right here.
Jeff, you need to personally hand me. You know what's ironic is, we have this jersey right here, this signed Deontay Johnson jersey that is currently up for a giveaway on our Steeler Twitter account. If you have not yet, make sure to go and follow it. You have to follow us, subscribe to the YouTube channel here, and also prove that you've subscribed and retweet the post. And obviously, that's all you got to do for the chance to win a signed Deontay Johnson jersey. It is all authentic. Shout out to Pristine Auction for that. Not sponsored, but it is what it is. Someone said Flaming Hot Mountain Dew was underrated.
See, I have not tried that, but I've heard mixed reviews because I know a lot of people who have tried it and like it. I know a lot of people have tried it and hate it, and part of me is just like, do I change it up and try it, or do I just stick with something that's good?
Hunter, we will talk about O'Neil Cruz. That is a guaranteed fact, as you can tell by Caleb's attire.
Future Hall of Famer O'Neil Cruz.
There will definitely be some Pirates talk.
World Series MVP.
Having played today, that was.
It was today, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing is everyone was talking about his defense while I was keeping him down, but granted, he did double pump the ball, and that's why he had to throw it that fast to be late. But it's ironic to me that our 6'7" shortstop threw it to our 5'10" first baseman.
Which is ironic. O'Neil Cruz is the tallest shortstop in MLB history by like 3 inches.
Oh, yeah. Not even just like an inch.
Holy
not even a
shit.
half an inch. He's 3 inches taller. He is Aaron Judge playing shortstop, and he looks so wonky, but I am all for it. I'm all for Hayes and O'Neil Cruz being on that side of the infield.
That left side of that infield just gets you rock solid. Just gets you going.
Well, think about it, too. Like, watch, and even if Cruz's defense is like halfway decent, we have Hayes to make up for it, and that's what's nice about that long deal is even if Hayes' bat is just kind of average, his defense well makes up for that contract that he made. He's either first or second right now in the NL in defensive runs saved. Like,
for some reason, y'all can't see me. Y'all just see my green screen. Let me go and fix that real quick. This is what happens when we do in-person shows.
Hey, in-person shows are still cool, though. And, I mean, it's Heinz Field. Who doesn't like Heinz Field? No, it's cool to watch the defense on that side of the infield, especially, too, because we have Nick Gonzalez coming up here shortly. Now, we'll see what he does through the minors and stuff, obviously. But just see him progress in that second base position. We have Leover Peguero, who made his debut, played a couple games for us in that COVID emergency. So, like, the defense in this infield is great. And all of a sudden, we're getting a handful of outfielders coming out of here with Sawinski, Cal Mitchell. We got Reynolds. Who knows if we extend Reynolds or not. We got Gamble. Like, that we're putting together a halfway decent team. We got a veteran. Even I was on the fence about Vogelback, but just him being, like, veteran designated hitter, just being there, like, I'm not hating this lineup. We have a huge hole at catcher. We need a catcher, and then we have some pitching because outside of like Michael Burrows, Cody Bolton, and Quinn Priester, we don't have much coming up through the system. But to me, this Pirates team, you bring the kids up, you let the kids play, something we have been saying for a long time, and it's entertaining to watch. Yes, Eichhoff got smacked in the face with his 20-something ERA game, but you know what?
That was terrible. All right, there we go. Y'all should be seeing me hearing about this. Is what happens with our system that we have, and this did that to me before, where I was doing something. Yeah, I won't have an actual thing. Y'all just see an actual green screen, but it is what it is at this point. At least y'all can see my ugly mug here.
We liked Heinz Field, though.
Well, see what happened was. But yeah, I don't know.
He just went all Bane and took out Heinz Field.
Boom!
Fun fact: that's the only part of that movie I've seen. Whatever that Batman movie's even called. I've only ever seen that clip where they blew up the Steelers.
Hunter says, my Oscar Mercado to the Pirates agenda is halfway completed after he was DFA'd the other day. I am manifesting it. Honestly, knowing our luck, because the way that Yu Chang, real quick, I'm just going to go... What the hell is he still doing on this team?
The reason why Yu Chang is still on this baseball team is because Van Meter is hurt, and we needed Charrington needed some project to throw out there to be halfway decent.
Obviously, there's always the chance that, what is it? Lightning strikes or a genie light. What the hell is that saying? Lightning strikes in a bottle or some shit? Whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, whatever the hell it is. They were trying to do that, I think, with Yu Chang, and there was no hope. He is... Now, don't get me wrong. It was funny because for those, obviously, in Cleveland, his intro song was Crank That Soulja Boy. And it was just, you! It was the first time I heard that, I started laughing my ass off.
See, the reason why Yu Chang is still... I mean, he was our designated hitter today, which nothing is more ironic than Yu Chang playing designated hitter. But he's on this team because Van Meter's still hurt. Same reason why Castillo and Hoy Park are still up. I mean, Castillo might stick around for his defense at second base, but Chang and Hoy Park are up because Gamble and Van Meter are on rehab assignments currently. I'd like to see once Gamble comes back. Obviously they're going to trade Gamble now with some of these outfielders. That's just how we see it happen. But I want to see just even Gamble playing left field, Reynolds in center, and Sawinski in right. Let's just see that the defense on that. Let's see.
I was going to say, so then what do you do with Bly?
Bly, see, I wouldn't mind rotating Bly in at first base.
Okay.
In as a platoon guy with Chavis. I don't know, and we got Marcano at second too, like rotating in with Castillo.
Yeah.
But Bly could be that fourth outfielder, and Bly can fill in as soon as the trade deadline when you move Gamble.
So essentially what it is you have some nice young depth.
Yeah, and we have depth finally, and shoot, we have then Cal Mitchell and Swaggerty then too. And if Greg Allen ever comes and plays a game for us, I'd like, who knows what's going on with that situation. And even Marisnick might be back here soon. I'd like to see Gamble getting a lot of the time, though, because if we're going to trade him because we have this depth, might as well let Gamble go out there and make every single play he can on anything that's hit even close to our, the second center field that we have at PNC Park. Because, we have center field, and right field when you almost need positions because it's just so big out there with the notch.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'd like to see Gamble just to see if he has value because they're obviously going to move him just like they're going to move 16 strikeout Quintana.
Yeah, and that was something I wanted to bring out today, yeah. I mean, today, even look at today. He went 6 innings. He gave up 2 hits, 2 earned, had 6 strikeouts, but at least he went 6. So, it helps out a little bit with your bullpen. And then on top of that, so on the year, Jose Quintana, he has a 1-4 record. Not that great, but, it's not all on him. 3.6 ERA. Well, a 1.31 whip, which, I mean, okay, for a 33-year-old pitcher, not the worst thing in the world, but at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, there's a chance of that happening as well, and then...
Yeah, but if you look at his stats, though, I mean, you don't obviously have this off the top of your hand, neither do I, but if you just pull out, like, his worst 2 starts, get rid of those, his numbers come way down. He's been one of our most consistent pitchers. I personally would like to see them because we don't have the pitching depth. That's the problem with this rebuild, and it's kind of always been the problem with this rebuild, is we have a lot of pitching depth years off, maybe, but we don't have anything close. I'd like to see him throw a little bit of money at Quintana. Give him a 2-year deal. Kind of like an A.J. Burnett kind of a situation. Give him a 2-year deal. Let him be that veteran in your rotation. But... we all know what's going to happen. They're going to trade Gamble. They're going to trade Quintana at the deadline, which Gamble I was a little bit frustrated with until we saw these young guys come up and play. And I'll tell you what, watching these young guys come up and play, it's fun. It's finally... Now, there's been stretches where it's been fun to be a Pirates fan since 2019 when we started this.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I will be a Pirates fan, win or lose, no matter what. But there are times where it's more fun to be a Pirates fan than others. And then right now, finally, when we bring up these young kids that we've been talking about that, bring up the young guys, let them play. And you know what? The frustrating thing is we got Newman, we got Van Meter, we got Yoshi, we got Gamble. They're all on rehab assignments right now, which means that they're all going to want their spots back. I'd like to see Newman get moved. Give me a bucket of baseballs and, I don't know, 3 bats. I'll take 2 bats. Give me 2 bats and a bucket of baseballs from literally whoever. I get it. Newman's defense is great if he could slot into that second base position. But I'd rather almost see Castillo and Tupaquita Marcano play.
Try to say that 5 times fast.
Or not. I'm not gonna do that. Have him play in second. I like Newman. Okay, I get he can't hit, but his defense is.
So basically, what you're saying, he swings a pool noodle at the bat.
Yeah, but he plays really, really good defense. He would be great on look at the Braves with some of their infield injuries. Maybe move him to the Braves. Maybe move him to some of these teams that have need defensive infielders. I mean, we could get something for him. But send Yoshi. Send him. I don't even know where we'd send him, but I just don't want him. I don't even want him in Indianapolis. Get rid of Yoshi. Get rid of Yu Chang.
Listen, yeah, the Yu Chang thing, you need to get the hell on out of here.
I get it. He's a person. And I don't want to hate the guy. Thank you for...
Listen, he's the... So I'm almost positive I've met him before. That kind of sounds messed up. I said I think I met him, but it was because it was at one of those Indians Fan Fest things in Cleveland a few years ago, but just looking at him, he looks just like an incredible dude, like a nice dude and all.
I feel really bad for him, but I don't even want him to play for Indianapolis.
Great, you play for one Indians. You probably don't even want to play the other Indians now because there's only one Indians left.
The best Indians.
Doesn't want you to play for them, or you don't want them to play for him, or whatever the hell it is.
You know who could really use him? A really, really great, solid, hitting the ball amazing second baseman.
The Chicago Cubs.
No, the Lynchburg Hillcats.
Oh, Jesus.
Send them on down to, what is it now? It's single A and high A, because, you can't hurt these players' feelings in calling it low A and high A, but so it's single A.
Jesus Lord, come on.
Send them on down to the single A team for your Cleveland Guardians.
I'm currently looking through my camera roll just to see if I can find the pictures from when I went to that fan fest, see if I actually met him. All right, here we go.
I mean, I feel bad for the guy because he's just so bad. But you know what? We're giving him a chance.
I did. Here's a picture of where I met Roberto Perez. I hate that he's hurt.
We all saw that coming, though.
Yeah.
We all saw him. I like having this microphone to, say stuff, lean in and say stuff, sarcastically into the microphone. I need to get one of these. Even if it's, I don't normally have one for my show. I just run with my computer mic. But even if we just have,
We'll have to work on getting you one.
Yeah, just even if it's, a dummy one, just so I could lean in and sarcastically say stuff. That'd be great.
Hi, how are you? See,
not like a weirdo. I'm saying actual sarcastic stuff. That's just weird at this point.
Hi, how are you?
I just want to point out though that we're 20 minutes into this show and the most Steeler talk we've done so far is your dig at Kenny Pickett's hand size.
I know that's kind of a
change in pace, and I like it. Let's go Bucks.
Yeah, because Pirates. There's not all that much to talk about right now. Not for a couple more weeks at least, and then outside of that, the Pirates. They've been fun to watch, especially seeing the young guys, especially O'Neil Cruz and all that. And it's ironic with him because we've seen O'Neil Cruz he's gotten all the hype in the world, blah blah blah. We've been on the couple plays that he's made, we've just it's been basically a broken door just talking about it, whatever. But him going to third or stuff like that.
He was safe, by the way. He was safe.
And I don't want to be the negative Nancy here, and obviously, again, he's very new. It's his first week, so obviously, he's batting 222. Okay, whatever. It's an adjustment period. That's fine, whatever. But yeah, my thing is just honestly, again thinking about Brian Hazen. O'Neil Cruz on the same side of that infield.
I was going to say, if you're about to get all negative here, I didn't know you were going to be Pittsburgh Pirates rant podcast level of...
Okay, first off, I will never... That is, that is Bush League. That's going to be your first Bush League. I'm going to have to pull out the hype button on your ass for that one.
Hey, no hate on O'Neil Cruz.
Hey.
Future Hall of Famer O'Neil
Future
Cruz.
Gold Glove.
He's gonna win the Cy Young. They're gonna throw him in the position player pitching, and he's gonna win the.
You don't want that. Unless you're up like $1 billion to 1 or something like that. But like, if that's the case, that
no, actually, I kind of do want that. I want a team so bad that we have the best position player pitcher and wins the Cy Young. Because, like, that's a Pirates award right there. That's a Pirates level stat line if I've ever heard one.
The Mickey Mouse Cy Young, that's what Trevor Bauer used to say about his Cy Young in 2020 was literally in one of his vlogs he called it the Mickey Mouse Cy Young.
Yeah, Trevor Bauer. What a role model.
Listen, I'll keep my comments to myself about Mr. Bauer. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you know me, you know me.
All I'm saying is Watson better get the same thing.
I've had a couple. So real quick, I'll get to that here in a second. So for those that obviously don't know, unless you just don't follow us at all, it's your first time. I'm a big cigar lover, and I go and hang out at the certain cigar shop here in this, over where I'm at, and there's always, everyone there's mostly Browns fans. There's actually one Steeler fan, but that's cool. Shout out to Tommy. Shout out to Dr. Tom, and he's a Steeler fan too. Like he's everything, he's everything. Mm-hmm. And we were talking last week when we were talking about our T.J. Watt versus Aaron Donald. It was either the next day or the day after. He came up to me. He was like, "I'm proud of you for me saying that I would take Aaron Donald over T.J. Watt." So that was cool because at least I know that he was watching or whatever. And then, but yeah, and we had this discussion yesterday about Deshaun Watson, because that tends to happen a lot. When certain people get there is when because they're all Browns fans outside of that. So you're talking about it.
It's a shame. Probably some real nice people.
Listen, they are nice, and shout out to all y'all. But
why? Why are we shouting out to Browns fans? We can shout out to them as people, not Browns fans.
Friends, so.
Okay, your friends are cool. You got to get them on our side though, the winning side. It's way more fun over here.
Listen, I've tried.
It's way more fun over here. See, I don't have like the pressure because I'm just like not a Cleveland guy. I don't care. So for me, it's just like, I'll rip on them all I want.
So should I tell you about the video idea that I had that I might do here in a couple months, or should I just keep that one hidden in the wind for a little bit? And
I'd keep that one hidden down a little bit.
All right, we'll keep that one hidden. I may or may not be doing something either very funny or very stupid. If you can
stay tuned.
Stay tuned, because I might be doing again something very, very stupid. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, we were all talking about it yesterday, and obviously there were some comments that I definitely did not agree with at all, which to no surprise. Yeah, we'll just keep it at that. But I've actually had Hunter here, one of my good friends. He's actually wanted to come on the show a few times to talk about that. About Deshaun Watson. And I'm like, you sure you want to do that? Coming out of Pittsburgh Sports Podcast, trying to defend Deshaun Watson. You sure you want to do that?
We need to bring in Hunter, right? And then bring in some Yinzer. And then just let's talk to Deshaun Watson.
And now granted, we have had Dan Renegade from 923 to Fan on. He's been on the podcast twice. Mm-hmm. I know the first time you weren't able to be on, which sucked. Obviously, you were able to be on the second time. It was when we recorded it. Mm-hmm. It was right before Christmas, so that was cool. He's always been real nice, and I'd love to have him on again maybe at some point. Although, we're gonna have to do something weird with that Thursday show, because that Brown Steelers game show is on a Thursday night, and I got a feeling I'm gonna end up getting dragged there. No, well, should I say that's not? I'm saying it sounds like that's a bad thing. There's never a bad time going to see a Steeler game,
except in the snow when they tie against the Lions. Why don't you just remind people, for those who don't know,
well, yeah,
your immaculate, perfect record with Steeler games. Walk us through that. How many games have you been to?
Oh, 3.
All right. So what happened in the first game?
We tied against the fucking clowns.
Oh, okay. What happened in the second game?
We watched newly acquired Larry Ogunjobi and Myles Garrett.
I'm gonna keep my comments about that to myself.
Beat Mason
Assault.
Rudolph
Assault our quarterback.
with his own helmet. And then obviously that last game against Detroit. Also, there is a vlog from when I went to that game. So make sure for all the new subscribers that we have gotten, go and check that out. Go watch that video.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
Kirby went down to Pittsburgh, suffered through the sleet.
Okay, so here's this. So I'll explain to you exactly what we were doing. Exactly. We were outside. So we were at this, I forget what the hell. You know what's funny? We were at this certain place. It was like it was an arcade bar or something like that, somewhere in downtown Pittsburgh. We were there. Juju's did something there.
Okay.
And I forget what the hell it is. We were walking out because we were getting ready to go somewhere else because it was just way too crowded there. And it's cold as shit. It was me, Jared, and Marcus because it was like us 3 together, and then you had all the girls that were, they were all separate, and we were getting ready to go somewhere else. And we were walking, and I forget who it was, and it just goes, Ben Roethlisberger's out with COVID. Mason Rudolph. I said, "You son of a bitch!" I drove. Some people flew in from wherever. I mean, now granted, I got lucky. I only had to drive a couple hours. I mean, now in this economy, that could be very costly. But I drove a couple hours. Luckily I wanted to see Ben Roethlisberger one last time. And damn it, I had to see Mason freaking Rudolph throw the ball 50 freaking times. 50. 5-0. That is 2 quarters. That is a $50 bill. That is like 50? 50. 5-0.
That's a lot for Ben.
I'm like, huh? Oh my god.
That game.
There's a vlog of that game. There's a vlog of me going to that game. Go check it out. I was beyond irritated.
Kirby suffered for our entertainment, so you better go check it out and give that video a like.
Listen, and you know what's even better? I will be at the home opener.
Is that a good thing, though?
It's going to be.
It better be. We better turn our luck around with these games you're gonna go to, because if we start tying more games, I'm gonna have to just ban you.
If I go to one more freaking tie, because the moment we tied, I said, we really have been to 2. I've been to 2 ties in 3 tries. What?
What are the odds of that?
What are the odds of the last 2 Steelers ties that have happened? I've been there.
It's pretty hilarious if you ask me. I'm a Steeler fan. Everybody knows this. It's just funny to me. And if you screw this up and we somehow tie the home opener, and we have that awkward, -1 at the end of everything, and it throws off. I hate ties so much because it throws off the uniform standings, making it. It's your fault.
And what is even worse about that very first one was that it was week 1, so we had to deal with that for 16 more weeks.
Yeah, and it was against the Clowns too.
You know what's funny? That is the most Clowns thing ever. That's the biggest Browns thing ever. Is you end your losing streak without winning.
That's a soccer level thing right there.
Because, fun fact, so in 2016, that one win that Browns had was on Christmas Eve. My friend Justin wanted to go. And so, I'm one of those people, I never turn down football games. I don't care what team's there. I will never turn down a football game. And the tickets were stupid cheap, obviously, for obvious reasons. They had not won a game yet. And there was a sign that was above me that said, "My Big Mac meal costs more than this ticket," which was hilarious. I was at that game with that they won against the Chargers. Then they go all of 2017. They don't win a game. I go to that Browns because that was my first Steeler game ever. Was in 2018, and they tied that. I'm like, oh, good Lord, have mercy.
So what you're saying is you're not only bad luck for us, you're good luck for the clowns.
Not necessarily, because I've been to a lot.
No. Let's ignore everything that doesn't fit with my narrative right now.
See, there you go. I was like, I've been to plenty of Browns losses in my life.
I am Bob Nutting. Ignore everything that doesn't fit with my narrative that I'm trying to push and say right now.
Time out. Well, sir, if you're Bob Nutting, then I'm on your ass like some Wrangler jeans.
See, if I'm Bob Nutting, I'm not here at all because this is a conversation about sports, and I obviously don't care.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'd say I've been to plenty of Browns losses in my life.
Well, what was the last 2 Browns games you've been to, though?
Oh boy. Did I go to one last year? I don't remember. I don't remember if I went to one last. I don't think so. The last one I went to was the Monday night Browns Ravens game that they lost.
Like that overtime or that
high
scoring.
Yeah, I went to that one. And then
yeah, but that still fits my narrative because the Ravens are the Browns.
I've been to, I want to say 3 Browns-Ravens games in my life. And
you watch the Browns play the Browns.
It's like in Madden, Browns versus Browns. Or it's like when people did in Madden 04, Falcons versus Falcons. Because they wanted to use Michael Vick, former Steeler legend Michael Vick.
Michael Vick is up there on like the Mount Rushmore of sport role models.
We're just going off the rail. Is this what happens when we do in-person shows? Shit just goes off the rail.
It's our 1-year anniversary. It's all like the random stuff that's
we're gonna get into some more stuff. We obviously got some. We gotta get into some comments that Chase Claypool made. We had 2 Steeler, part of the Steelers organization that were on podcasts that released this week. With Chase Claypool and Mike Tomlin. We'll get into those.
Neither of which I was able to listen to all the way through. I'm a great fan.
But if this was Brian Reynolds, you would have...
If this was a Pirates thing, I would have listened to every second of it. In fact, I think I've probably listened to more of the Pirates Rant podcast just to hear how stupid it is than I have like actual Steelers stuff this week. The Pirates are on fire. Let's go Bucks.
So how you are with the Pirates is how I am with the Steelers.
Well, see, you got it works out perfect because you got the Pirates, and then by the time the season's over and we're not playing October baseball, although we're playing October baseball this year, let's go Bucks, baby. Hey. Played it last year too. October baseball is October baseball. Who cares if it's the end of the season series we're gonna get swept by the Cardinals? But you roll right into Penguin season, and I love following the Pens, and I like the Steelers. I mean, y'all know I like the Steelers, but for me, I love baseball and hockey are 1 and 2.
And then we'll obviously figure out whether it's going to be Chris Letang or Evgeny Malkin that are on this team.
I'm slightly nervous that they're going to screw this up, too.
Oh, boy.
Also, too, that's another thing I was doing, watching that Lightning Avs game last night, Game 4 at overtime. I was thinking, yeah, there's absolutely no way that we would have just... Even if we made the Cup final, we were going to get stomped by Colorado. Like, they're just so fast. It makes me miss the 2016 teams and the 2017 teams, those Penguin teams that were just so
There
good.
is one team from 2016 that I do miss.
Oh, yeah, they haven't really been back since then.
I was like, what, the Cavs?
Yeah, I know. That was it.
I mean, they had been back to the finals twice, but I mean, they had only won one.
Were the Cavs back to the finals, or was LeBron back to the finals just wearing a Cleveland uniform? Because who else was on that team at that point?
In 2017?
Again, let's ignore everything that doesn't fit my narrative.
I was going to say, Kyrie, before he started talking about Earths being flat, and Kevin Love, before he, at one point in time, was a crybaby.
There's nothing wrong with flat, okay?
Absolutely zero comment. Absolutely zero comment.
I'm not talking about the Earth. I'm talking about just flat. Flat it's a good thing. I take pride in flat.
A flat pop?
Or just my name. I'm just off the rails today.
I can tell. What the hell has gone into you?
I don't know. This is the most.
Wait, what the hell is in your Mountain Dew? That's not sponsored, by the way. What the hell did you put into it?
Mountain Dew. It's just Mountain Dew. I'm not that cool.
I'm afraid you put. Well, I was gonna say no. I mean, since I'm the one that's been talking, because the last few episodes I've been on here, actually drinking on air, drinking a little. Which, by the way, damn well what I'll be doing after. What I'll be doing after the after our show at some point tonight.
Me, I'm sticking with my Mountain Dew.
I'll be definitely drinking a little bit of my Woodford Reserve that I just got yesterday, because you're damn right, with the low Padron anniversary. This is going to be a good night. This is going to be a good one. All right, let's get back to the actual sports.
Yeah, let's get into sports talk.
I'll say, we've just been going on and on. For those, if you're still watching this, I love you. Honestly.
Okay, we got a good solid, 24 minutes of Pirates talking, though.
Yeah, which, might be a record on this show.
Yeah. If you want Pirates talk, go watch our Pirates weekly recap videos on Mondays.
Which I do enjoy watching, because I even learn.
Yeah, no, that's where you find out how the Pirates did that week. You're like, oh, I need to watch this so we can get it in for the show on Thursday.
Something like that. But obviously, let's talk about Larry Ogunjobi, your favorite player. So it's all confirmed now. He's going to be a Raven next year, and he's going to be, has that ever happened where a player's there's been one player that's played for a whole division?
I feel like there was somebody recently, when I saw it come up, there was a player who played in the NFC or AFC East,
who has played in a whole division. I'm looking this up.
I feel like it was somebody in the AFC East, but I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay, there was someone. JT O'Sullivan played for all teams in the NFC North. Yeah, JT O'Sullivan. He's done it. So there you go. So there has been one player, but that's obviously very rare to happen. But so it pretty much seems like he's going to be with the Ravens next year, and he'll complete his AFC North tour.
See, here's the thing. I get it. He's depth. I just don't like him. That one, Joe Hayden.
Which we'll get into Joe Hayden here shortly.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. But Joe Hayden, when he came over, that was one of those Brown players that's okay, you were good. I liked you. I hated you that you were in Cleveland, but you're a good, solid player. I let's go. You're a Steeler. Right. You're a Steeler now. Let's go. Ogunjobi? I am not a fan of that guy. Now, granted, it's going to take one sack, and I'll flip right over, and I'll be all. But after shoving if he was there, if he stubbed his pinky toe or something and didn't play that game with the whole Mason Rudolph, Myles Garrett, when Myles Garrett assaulted Mason Rudolph.
Okay.
But it's Ogunjobi's role in that, and just seeing his dumb little last name and
I could flip that on you in a heartbeat.
Okay, flip that.
If you're one of his teammates, you love that because it's showing that you're defending your guy. If something happens with Cam Hayward or
was he defending his guy though, or was he just coming in for an extra shot at a quarterback?
No, I think I think you would say he's going in there, he's fighting with his boy.
No. Pouncey was defending. We're coming in and just punching the ground because he's just punching everything.
That we all loved Pouncey.
That was great.
That was phenomenal. But no, I think at the end of the day, I think that's how you look at. Okay, he went out there. Say something happens with Minka or anyone on that defense, and he's out there. He's going to defend his boy. He's going to help him out, and I think you like that.
Now, see, I get it. I get the fiery player, someone who's going to stick up for your own teammates, but it's just really annoying because it's been against us. But like I said, it's going to take
Mason Rudolph.
Half of Steelers Twitter would like to do that to Mason Rudolph anyway.
There you go. So there's why Larry Ogunjobi fits it. It's when Permani Bros tweets at you saying welcome. So when Permani Bros tweeted at him, all right, yeah, he's welcomed.
Yeah, again, it's going to take one sack or one tackle and be like, okay, let's go. Let's bring this guy in.
So here's what's interesting about Larry O. Because, so he obviously had a 3-year, $40 million contract with the Bears in place before failing a physical with them. It was due to a foot injury that he suffered in the wild card game against the Raiders at home. And he did not play the rest of that playoffs. So he was going to cash in. Obviously, he couldn't. So you come in now on a 1-year deal. And if you look at it, last year he had his career high in sacks with 7 and tackles for loss with 12. Okay.
He's going to go out and have a career year and then go sign with Baltimore.
Which, I mean, that'll suck. But if you look at it in this case, he can bring pressure up the middle, which quarterbacks we all know do not like pressure up the middle. He's going to do that for you. And on top of that, you're not going to be able to double team him much. So he's going to get one-on-one opportunities.
Because who are you going to leave open?
Yeah, I was going to say, okay, you got to worry about TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith on the edges. You still have Cam Hayward. You're still going to have to deal with Tyson Alualu. So
your best bet is double team Watt, double team Hayward, put one guy on Highsmith, and just hope that the quarterback can outrun everybody else.
And then but there you go. So listen, we could just have all the hypothetical fun in the world with that, but at the end of the day, that's why I really like this signing, because now you're going to add even more rotational depth, because now you're going to have guys like Isaiah, or everyone keeps on forgetting about Montravius Adams. He showed some spotlight last year. You still have Chris Wormley, who had a decent year last year, but obviously you don't want him being like a primary guy in that interior line. But in certain situations, you love to have him there. And then obviously you still bring in Larry O. He's going to make some contributions, Isaiah Loudermilk. So you're going to have a rotation inside, and that's going to be huge. Because that's why I also think when we signed Melvin Ingram last year, I thought that was important, because you were able to rotate those guys in. You know, if TJ Watt needed a breather or something, and Melvin Ingram's obviously not TJ Watt, but he's smart. He's a veteran. He was a very smart football player. He's going to know what's going on. And I think that's what was nice about that as well. So I think at the end of the day, I really do like this signing.
Here's the thing. If you took out all of the history and you just put him on 2 other teams besides the Bengals and the Browns, I like Ogunjobi. I think it's a good pickup. I think it's good depth, like what you're saying. It's just, for me, it's gonna take a game before I get used to.
Oh, see, I was happy the moment we signed him, because at the end of the day, now it's, again, right now on paper, but if you could go out there and he could play most of those games, he's gonna be a key contributor to this defense, and to the most expensive defense in all of the National Football League. But that is something it was when you go back to this Mason Rudolph thing. Because let's look, I want to take a little trip back down memory lane here, the last couple months. So, the season ends, Ben Roethlisberger retires. So Mason Rudolph's thinking, all right, now, God rest his soul, and Dwayne Haskins, but it was going to be we thought, he was thinking in his mind, it's going to be a battle between Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins for that starting quarterback job. We didn't know that if they were going to bring anyone in from the outside, or that they were going to say internal, because that's the Steelers way. They like to keep internal. So, you have that. Then, obviously, they bring in, 4 quarterbacks. Well, they bring in, they brought in 3. They brought in Mitch Trubisky, you draft Kenny Pickett, and Chris Olukden? I think that's how you say it.
I'm just going to say our official attempt is what you just said, and I'm going to go no comment because I don't want to mess that up.
But, so you bring in 3 quarterbacks. So you're like, okay. And then you have this. Then you bring in a guy who shoved you because you apparently, or there were allegations that you said some sort of racial slur. So, yeah, if you're Mason Rudolph, you're like, good Lord, have mercy. Now, and then we've had the reports that are coming out saying they're going to probably look to try to trade him because they want to give him the respect of not just putting him as a third-string quarterback, which, I mean, whatever. And
so he can go be a third string for somebody else?
I mean, yeah, sure. But, I mean, at least it'll make us... I don't know.
I think he could be a solid starter.
If you could put him in now, if you look at it, in 20... So, I hate this weird narrative that that Mason Rudolph never got a fair shot at it, because you say, okay, all of 2018 he didn't play, so you can't say that it was he had a year under his belt in terms of learning the NFL, learning the offense. And Ben Roethlisberger only played 6 quarters in 2019. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, Mason Rudolph did go 5-4, so he does have a winning that year. He was 5-4. So
I think the big difference in that year was when he got his concussion, because it looked like he spent the rest of the year playing scared. And the difference between him before his concussion, where he's knocked off and we see his face mask get removed, and after was huge. And I think we saw 2 different quarterbacks there, and I think he played the rest of that year scared, which is why gunslinger Duck Hodges came in and
that's the other thing too. When you get benched for Duck Hodges.
But Duck Hodges was playing with something to prove, because he wasn't that guy who was then drafted. He was just that guy off the street
for
who...
himself, he was playing for house money. I mean, it was just whatever. I mean, if he goes out and plays bad, he plays bad. He's expected. If he plays anything of what he does, I mean, he becomes a Pittsburgh legend.
As he did.
And so, but it's like...
But no,
if you're Mason Rudolph, though, it's like, you had a bunch of games to go out there and do something, and you didn't. You had a fair shake.
He played scared, and I don't think that he... I think that was 2 different quarterbacks.
If you're playing scared, you can't play scared in the NFL.
No, and he never seemed to snap out of it, and now he got comfortable being in that system guy, but I want to see him do halfway decent. I think he could be a decent starting quarterback in the NFL. Do I think he could be great? No. Do I think he could be good? No.
I mean, he's a statue in the pocket. Yeah, cool. You have a strong arm. But you're a statue in the pocket in a league that you can... This isn't the 1990s anymore. This isn't the Trent Dilfer era. This is 2022. You got to have a little bit of mobility.
Now, would he be a good quarterback and help a good team? No. But I think that he is not going to just be moved on and done. And I'd like to see him get a second shot somewhere, but I don't want to see it with us. I like the Trubisky-Pickett battle that we have going into camp. The Mason Rudolph thing is just...
So...
It's like a big black eye on the Steelers quarterback situation is what Mason Rudolph is.
Okay, so when we look at this, so last year, in that Lions game, for an example, again, could have been a way to... If you go out there and ball out, okay, now you give yourself a little bit of confidence and a little bit of momentum going into this quarterback battle you would have had in 2022. Mm-hmm. 30 of 50, which, again, 50 passes, pisses me off.
But is that necessarily on him or play calling?
No, I mean, I can't blame 50 on him personally. I'm not blaming on him. 242 yards. He averaged 4.8 yards an attempt, which...
that was our whole offense, though.
1 touchdown, 1 interception. And so, I mean, now he averaged 9 yards a carry, which was kind of very shocking for him because, again, he's a fucking statue in the pocket. But the game I really want to talk about, too, was the... Here we go. That game against Cleveland in 2020. Now, he threw for 315 yards. Now, he had the 1 bad interception. Mm-hmm. He threw a couple touchdowns. It wasn't the worst in the world. It was like, okay, yeah, you would like to see the completion percentage go up a little bit, but you didn't play terrible in that game. You had a couple nice passes. But, yeah, just to me, he had a fair shake at it. So Justin says, I'll trade you Baker Mayfield. I'll pay his salary, and I will hand deliver him to Heinz Field. All I want back is a bag of salt and vinegar chips and a nice bottle of Heinz ketchup.
Probably could hand deliver Baker Mayfield.
But
He's that
what,
small.
You know what would be the biggest Clowns thing ever? The biggest Browns thing ever is he does come here and he just balls out.
Yeah, but I don't want another, Mayfield cool. I want to see Trubisky and Pickett. That's what I want to see in camp.
You know what's going to end up happening? He's going to get traded to Carolina. That's going to end up being much-watched TV. I will make sure I am on a dual-screen setup to where I am watching Baker Mayfield and the Carolina Panthers versus the Cleveland Browns on Week 1 while we're stomping on the Bengals' ass. So we're gonna have. I'm going to make sure that I have a 2 TV setup for that at some point somehow. If I have to do what I did last year and go to a certain one of my local bars, I will definitely do that because.
Hey, I mean, the Cons could use Mason Rudolph though. I mean, who do they have at quarterback going into Week 1 next year?
I mean, you got Jacoby, or you could go with another Pittsburgh legend, Joshua Dobbs.
That's the thing is, I want to see Dobbs play, and I want to see Dobbs ball out. Dude is a rocket scientist.
Listen, that's what's so crazy. It's the fact he's a literal.
Literal rocket scientist.
Like, that's just so hilarious, honestly. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
it's right up there with being like a journeyman quarterback who is a Harvard graduate, smart.
Again, a legend himself, and that's crazy. He played well. Not that he really had a reason to, but he played on like 19,000 teams.
He played on more teams than there were in the NFL. He played on 33 teams. He made it happen.
Somehow, some way he did. Justin says, "Stop. Baker is a one-read QB who is scared in the pocket. Widely inaccurate, gets happy feet. Watson gets 8 games in my opinion, and is set up good for Jacoby. If Deshaun Watson gets 8 games, I you know what? I think that whole thing, real quick, going back to that, I don't think there's a good punishment. Like, in terms of, like, a win-win situation. Because you give him too short of a suspension. Now, the shield is going to look terrible. Because at the end...
You have the Bauer stuff. To, like,
and then
that's the problem.
So okay, so say in his case, you get 8 games with, what, how many allegations is it? 26?
It was just still 24.
Like, Ben, with 2, got 6 reduced to 4. So,
look at Ridley.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley got a year for betting.
Got a year for one bet on a game.
Which, now granted, you should not bet on games.
No, but then the NFL is saying, like, hey, that's worse than what Watson did.
Which again, and then that puts a very, very bad precedent on, with the women demographic. Because now I personally know some women Browns fans that are saying, like, listen, the moment they traded for Deshaun Watson, like, no, I can't do this.
Well, see, Justin brings up a really good point here with the allegations. My personal opinion, what I would do with Watson is I would put him on indefinite leave, go get your stuff figured out, clear up your cases, come back and play.
Like, okay, because you put him on a paid leave, and you're like, okay, how... You go and handle your legal stuff. Because here's the thing. That Ashley, whatever her name is, Souls something, I forget. I think that's the most important case here. Because she was the first one to come out. She's been the most vocal. And she is not one of the cases that's settled.
And she's not backing down either.
So that's going to be the
go let him clear up his cases. Go get all that stuff taken care of. And then come back and play.
And then that's the case. And then that settles the situation of the double jeopardy. Because I do agree with the fact that I don't, you shouldn't double jeopardize or, penalize someone twice for the same thing. I mean, for the same actual case. So, I mean, that would be the best way to do it. You put him on a paid leave, you allow him to go and do his thing, his legal stuff, and then...
Give him like a 2-game suspension and bring him back.
We'll figure out if he's found liable or not. If he's found not liable, okay. Obviously none's happened. You still got paid. You come back. And if there was, that's an issue. So, I mean, there's that. But, I mean, honestly, to me, I think he should just be gone forever. So.
See, that's the hard part is because I like watching him play. And so it's just a whole lot of just...
Hunter, that is not scary at all. I mean...
It's not scary to the point I just looked and I was like, okay. Kept moving on.
Well, they're a couple of my boys, so.
Well, I know that you honestly, that's the thing is most of these people in the chat. You know what? I like them. That's cool. But to me, they're just names in a chat. One of these days, I'll meet them.
We'll make it happen one day.
We'll make it happen someday.
I'm looking. We're getting some more. Adds to the giveaway. So we're continuously creeping up. We're at 468 subscribers. So we started off today like 452, so that's 16.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you haven't entered our giveaway,
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's literally.
And you have the whole entire week. We're gonna announce a giveaway next week.
Go get your parents, both your parents. Go get your siblings. Go get your grandparents. Go get your friends. Get everybody in here.
Hunter says, "Got to meet you soon, bro." Hey, and Hunter's a big baseball fan too, so.
Hey, I'm down to talk baseball.
So I mean, that would be. I was gonna say that obviously the bickering of talking, obviously. That's the thing too. When we're all together talking like Brown Steelers, and it's just hilarious. Now with Hunter, I can say like there are like me and him like when we need to be realistic about something, we can both be realistic about our teams. But like obviously, we're always gonna have our fun.
It's gonna be that
the
rivalry
Steelers are
where
going
it gets
17-0.
Yeah, slightly inflated.
Browns are going 0-17. I mean, yeah, so that's how it's gonna go. But
see, that's what I like about baseball is you can have that talk, but then again, like. The Pirates and the Guardians are in two different leagues, so like there's still the mutual respect for each other.
So it's different when it's like Pittsburgh and Cincinnati because not only in football are you guys rivals, but you're also rivals in baseball as well. So it's like,
and it creates a hard spot for me because I had like for years I tolerated the Indians while they were the Indians. I tolerated that, and like I didn't mind. I have my Andrew Miller jersey because Andrew Miller's a legend. And I have an Indians hat because I like baseball hats. But to me, it always just felt weird because it's the whole you don't like Cleveland because it's the same fans that are Clowns fans.
What's weird is I know quite a bit of Indians/Guardians fans who actually kind of say that the Pirates are their NL team.
But to me, that's such a weird concept. Same reason,
and especially from that side because they're the one. Like for us, it's like. Yeah, we don't like them because, they're a rival, but it wasn't as much as, like, they hated us. Like, they hate us.
We hate the Ravens more. But it's just, like, the Cleveland thing is goofy. Like, for me...
I also have an Andrew Miller jersey. We all just have Andrew Miller jerseys.
And, that's kind of legendary. I like Andrew Miller.
So when we all see each other, we're all wearing Andrew Miller jerseys.
I'll wear my Andrew Miller jersey with my... Joey Gallo shirt and a Pirates hat. People are just going to be like, what are you doing?
What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on with that? But no, yeah, just...
No, back to what I was saying. For me, it's just, it's weird. Like, for basketball, I follow the Jazz. And for soccer, I don't follow Columbus. Because there's
NBA draft is tonight.
Well, because there's the Blue Jackets, so we don't like the Blue Jackets. So for me, like even for like Major League Soccer, I get Pittsburgh doesn't. Go Riverhounds, baby, USL. But
all right, Hunter, I'll see you. Enjoy. Good luck in your softball game.
See, we have the Riverhounds, but like for MLS, we don't have an MLS team. The closest one is Columbus, but it's Columbus. Why could I side with half their fans when we hate the Blue Jackets?
Of that, I guess in that situation, if you look at it. A decent amount of fans are Penn State fans. Penn State and Ohio State.
Yeah, and it's Columbus. I don't like Columbus. So for me, it just makes the perfect sense to be a Pirates, Penguins, and Steeler fan, but then also Utah Jazz and Real Salt Lake. It works out. But then there's the question of your AL team because, you could have an AL team, and it's like, ooh, it always was goofy for me because I had my Indians gear, and I'd go to their games because, being, like, within driving distance of there, it's another team to go to.
I've been to 2 Indians games this year, Guardians. What's at the home opener against the Giants? We got smacked by them. And then me and Justin went to a game against the Tigers where we won, and he got a foul ball. Or he got a ball tossed up to him by Andrew Chafin.
See, I haven't been to an Indians game since... And I could say Indians because this is when I quit going to their games. I haven't been to one since COVID.
I went to 2 last year. I went to a game where Tito got ejected. Then I went to the final home Indians game, like, ever. That was against the Royals. That was cool. And then 2019, we went to a bunch.
We gotta look and see if we were at any of the same time because I went to a ton of Indians games.
Justin says, I hate the Steelers, but I don't hate the city of Pittsburgh. Which, so obviously, and I say this as some, I'm in Cleveland all the damn time. I've only been to Pittsburgh a couple of times. I'll be there again a few more times this year. And just from the city itself, I think Pittsburgh is better than Cleveland. But I think that one city that I think Cleveland is better than is Cincinnati. I don't like the city of Cincinnati.
I think Cleveland is the best city in the state of Ohio. like over Columbus and Cincinnati, because I just think
Columbus, I haven't really been.
Columbus
like
is weird.
I've only been to Columbus like that. I remember one time, and it was only to a Buckeyes game. So that was like the only time I've ever been down there with Justin. So it was like, it's a weird thing.
See, the thing with Cleveland with me is there's the people who just hate Pittsburgh for no reason, and my hatred for Cleveland comes from
or if they get taught to hate him.
Yeah, you can't swim in the lake because it's disgusting. They had like the city's just behind, and it's like in its redevelopment. Now I'll give it to them. The stuff they're doing in downtown Cleveland is really nice.
Flats.
Yes, but it's again flats. I like the flats.
I bet you do. So let me guess. Do you like flat chicken wings? Like, do you get when you get chicken wings, you ask for flats?
No, I just get chicken wings.
See, that would be hilarious.
Food is food. We don't talk about food on this channel.
That would be hilarious. I'd say.
That would be hilarious. That would be like ultimate level petty.
What is your name? Caleb Flats.
See,
right, what would you like today? Can I get some flats? In the flats.
See, Justin, for me, Columbus, most of my like experience with Columbus is going through Columbus or going to Clippers games, and it's just like always seems to be like a traffic nightmare and confusing. Yeah. So for me, Columbus is just goofy.
You know what I can't wait for? It's when I go to Chicago. I'm supposed to go to Chicago in a couple months, huh?
I said good luck with that traffic-wise.
Listen, so we're right now the plan, and this is definitely going to be a vlog. I'll be vlogging this trip. We're supposed to go
to... Zach Campbell.
Hmm?
I said, okay, Zach Campbell.
We're supposed to go to a game at Wrigley. We're supposed to go to a game at Guaranteed Rate, and then we're also going to take a little trip up to Milwaukee to see the Brewers. Which, this will be the second time I've seen... Well, first time I've been to their stadium, but it'll be the second time I've seen the Brewers, like, in general. Because I saw them when I went to Cincinnati during Marty Brennaman weekend in 2019. Which was the final baseball game I saw before COVID. Which I think the Brewers won that game because Cincinnati stinks.
See, I had a trip going where I was going to go to both Chicago ballparks. I was going to go to Milwaukee. I was going to go to Minneapolis. I was going to go to Fenway, Citizens Bank, Yankee Stadium, Citi Field.
The goal is to try to hit all 30.
That's what I was going to get a solid 8 or 9 of them. Great American Ballpark and COVID.
I've only been to 4.
I've been to 2 because COVID. My big trip was COVID.
I'll say I've been to Comerica, been to Great American, I've been to Progressive, of course, and I've been to PNC. So
you have like the next 2 that I would get over me. Although this year I might.
Comerica from where we're at right now is only 2 hours away.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. My goal is to get to being down in Virginia.
My brother went to Fenway once and texted me, "Hey, what's with the big green wall?"
It's just one big green screen.
Yeah, pretty much that's exactly what it is. That's hilarious. No, but yeah, because it was with our trip. There was going to be one of 2 things. We were either going to go a little bit west and go to like Chicago or stuff like that, or we're going to go a little east and do like New York. We're going to do like...
See, we were going to do both, and then COVID, like we had it mapped out the games. It was going to be 2 different weeks, 2 different, and then COVID shut us down.
Well, because so the people that I go with, shout out to Paul and shout out to Jay. They've been doing this for a while. When I met them, they did one trip. I think it was in 2019. It was their New York trip. They did like Philadelphia, New York, Baltimore, which Baltimore's a stadium I want to get to so bad because I've heard so many good things about that place. And so I want to get there really bad. They did that trip. So they've been to like 10 or 11. And outside of that, I'd only been to Progressive. So they took me to Comerica, they took me to Great American, they took me to PNC. So that was cool. And now they're going to obviously take me to Chicago and Milwaukee. Then at some point we're going to have to go back east because they haven't hit Fenway yet. So that'll be a reason to go east.
See, the big one I want to hit this summer is Nationals Park. Just because I'm close to that area, being in Virginia, and it's like, might as well hit the game.
Let me ask you this, and I'll ask everyone in the comments as well, for those that are still watching, because we're just at this point rambling on. I mean,
it's what we've been doing all show.
I say honestly, it's our 1-year extravaganza. I mean, we can get into Mike Tomlin stuff real quick or Chase Claypool if we really want to, but what is the one stadium that you really want to get to the most, that is your number one stadium to get on or to go see?
Can it be an event at the stadium?
No,
a specific, I want to go to this for this experience at a stadium?
Let's stick it with baseball.
We're sticking with baseball? Let's see. I want, like, if we're talking baseball...
Because I know I have a couple in mind that I really want to go to.
I don't know. I'd like to see Oriole Park at Camden Yards. I'd like to see the Oracle Park or whatever it is now where the Giants play.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you have that, like, those two are the ones compared with the Pirates. I'd like to see Wrigley. Wrigley's cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to see...
Usually I would say Wrigley, but apparently that's happening this year, so...
I'd like to see Truist Field where the Braves play. And Comerica. I want to see Comerica because it's so close.
I'll say, yeah, we're like 2 hours away. We can make that happen. It's literally going to Pittsburgh, just the opposite, just a little bit north. We can make it happen.
I also want to see, what is it? The Tropicana before they close it. It can't be that bad.
Justin says for me, for him, it's Arizona, Miami, and SunTrust. Which I think SunTrust is... Isn't that Atlanta? I think it is. SunTrust Park. Yeah, it is the Braves.
Yeah.
See, for me, it's obviously... I want to get to Dodger Stadium so bad. Like, I don't know what it is.
See, for me, I've heard bad things about Dodger Stadium.
I know. It's just there's something about Dodger Stadium I just want to get to so damn bad. I really want to get to Kauffman. Like, I want to get to Kauffman because I think that's just cool. You know, I don't know. There's just that little view with, like, the big-ass scoreboard and the fountains and all that. I think that's cool.
I want to go to Coors Field.
That's a weird one. It's like, when you're trying to plan trips, like, when you're trying to group them all together, that's a weird one. That and, like, the Mariners. What is it, T-Mobile now? Or whatever the hell their stadium is now? It used to be Safeco, but it's not that anymore.
It might be T-Mobile.
But, like, those two are the weird ones of, like, trying to hit. Is because there's nothing really near Coors Field. There's not all that much. I mean, in Seattle, because that's a lot to do if you're doing... Because, like, just doing the California ones itself is the whole trip. Is a whole trip.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's, like, that's kind of weird. But it's, like... Because obviously, yes, you want to get to Yankee Stadium and Fenway and all that. But, like, obviously, like, PNC, you know, we're lucky that we're only a couple hours away. That, you know, it's not that hard to go there. And it's so beautiful. And that was the one thing I looked. They're out of town that weekend. The week of the home opener. I was pissed because I was going to go down Friday night.
Which is why the home opener is week 2.
Yeah.
It's always shifted around the Pirates schedule. Because the Pirates draw so many people.
Sure.
Yeah, that was my lean to the mic sarcasm.
But
no, I wanna shout out this thing here. Justin said he likes to go to ballparks that aren't the most popular. That's kind of why I want to go try out Tropicana. I want to go see.
Well, yeah, Tropicana is like yeah.
Or even where the A's play. I want to see the Coliseum.
Kinda, yeah.
I want to see what it's like. I want to see these ones that people don't necessarily like because I want to make my own opinion about it. I want to, and the goal is to get to all 30. But here's my question then. Pivot. What's like the one sport experience that's not a playoff game, so it has to be something that happens all the time that you want to go see?
Ohio State, Michigan.
See, for me, it's probably the whiteout.
Ohio State, Michigan. Oh, don't get me wrong. I would go to a whiteout.
I want to go to the whiteout.
Justin knows here too. It's at Ohio State, Michigan. Because in 2020, we had it mapped out damn well. We were going to that game. It was going to happen, and obviously it did not happen. And so I think that, yep, there you go.
So Ohio State, Michigan, for me, it's kind of the whiteout. But what if it's like not a college thing? What if it's a pro?
Okay, so
like what's a pro experience you'd like to go see? Even outside, like for me, outside of like just professional sport, just a professional sport that isn't like the main one you think of, I'd like to go see like the Daytona 500 or the Indianapolis 500, just for like the sporting experience that it is, or the Waste Management Open.
For me, I think I would love. I mean, I wish that like Red Sox Yankees met more. Like, no, it's just eh. But like, I mean, obviously, it would still be cool to say, you know, that. I think for me, be some sort of like UFC event.
Yeah.
Yup, I just looked down. I looked down and he says UFC fights. See, that's how you know me and him are locked in, because we just say the same shit. Outside of, him being a Browns fan, I'm a Steeler fan. But, I mean, yeah, there's that. I would say also, so like if we had to do like each sport, so like baseball, like if I got to choose something I'd want to do, I would say maybe like either Red Sox, Yankees, or like Dodgers versus like either the Giants or the Padres.
What about like an All-Star game?
I've been there. I've done that.
But like travel to one. I know. I mean, you've been there. You've done that. See, for me, baseball, it falls into.
You didn't get to go? Did you?
I didn't.
See, listen. Me and Justin went. That was some of the Masters. Yeah, I'd go to the Masters. Even though those tickets are like so hard to get.
See, for me, I want to go to the Waste Management Open. I feel like that'd be so cool down in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
But like for baseball, for me, it is. I get it. It's playoff. It goes against my own criteria. But I want to go see the next Pirates playoff game. Just because it's gonna mean so much. Like I want to go see the next. And honestly, I might, no matter what it costs, be at the next Pirates playoff game.
If there's one NFL stadium you really want to get to, that's not obviously Heinz Field, what would it be? Because I think that's...
I want to go see U.S. Bank Stadium. The Bird Killer. Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's just such a cool venue. And from like, see, that's the thing is, for a lot of you who don't know, I work in, and that's like the career field I'm going into. And what I work in now is like venue management and like specifically sports and bigger venues like that.
Yeah, see, I think I agree with that, but I'll let you finish.
See, that's second though, because they're just
Jerry
such
World.
cool. And then that and the Superdome and then Mercedes-Benz where the Falcons play.
So basically all just the very new dome stadiums.
And then the Superdome is old. But I just, like, I want to see how they do it. I want to see, like, I want to tour those. I want to see the behind the scenes.
What's crazy is, like, I really want to get to Ford Field, too.
Yeah.
And again, that's only 2 hours away. Like, it can be easily done. But, like...
Tickets are cheap.
Yeah, there you go. We almost did that last... You know what's ironic? Me, Jay, and Paul almost did that last year to the Justin Tucker 66-yard field goal game. We almost went to that game. Like, we were this close. But I think I would love to go to Arrowhead.
Yeah.
I'd want to go to Arrowhead so bad. And then NBA doesn't do much for me. I mean,
they're all sterile.
I'll say, yeah, NBA doesn't do much for me. I mean,
like the NHL is the same venue, and yet the crowds are awesome.
Yeah.
Like the crowds.
Well, obviously, for you, like you would like want to go to what is it? What is the Jazz? Are they still the Delta or no?
It's the Vivian
or Vivid Seats
something center. Yeah, I'd like to go see a Jazz game. That'd be cool. But I mean, for NBA, it's probably a Jazz game just because I like the Jazz and they're out there.
I'll say yeah.
But I've been to the arena though. I haven't been to a Jazz game.
I'll say yeah, I haven't. NBA doesn't do much for me. MSG or the Boston Garden, yeah, obviously, yeah. I mean, I guess yeah. I think I'd prefer MSG, just because. I mean,
see, I want to go to like a Penguins Rangers game at MSG.
When you come back from like from college, like for the winter, you and me are going to Pittsburgh for a Penguins game.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make that happen.
It's gonna happen. We have to.
Well, that's the thing too. Is I'm hoping. So I'm going to Anaheim in October, and I'm really hoping that the Penguins are on the West Coast trip at some point in Anaheim, because I will go to LA. I'll go to Anaheim, like because it usually is like goofy times. I'm hoping when the schedule comes out, I know it's gonna disappoint me, and they're
gonna be on the complete East Coast.
But even if just any of those teams have a game, I might go to like a Ducks game or a Kings game just to go to see the Staples Center. And
yeah, it's still the Staples to me.
Yeah, well, what is it? Crypto.com? Didn't they? What happens when crypto folds? Is it gonna go back to the Staples Center?
Who knows? Lakers Stadium or Lakers Arena. But yeah, other than that, I mean, yeah, there's. I think another weird one I want to go to is Mile High.
Yeah.
It's just because I stared at my sign that has all this football things for a minute, all the helmets.
I don't know. SoFi Stadium would be pretty cool too.
I mean, yeah.
Just because of how.
I also heard it's a fucking nightmare to get like in and out of that place.
Yeah.
Like I've heard that so bad. But all right, real quick, we'll get into one last topic and then we'll get the hell out of here because this is by far definitely going to be the longest show that we've ever had in our 1 year life now. So how much of the Mike Tomlin podcast did you listen to, and how much did you like?
I saw a clip when he was talking good about Najee, and then I saw like the 2-minute clip where he was when he stood out in front of the Ravens run back and he saw
the Jacoby Jones.
Yeah,
I did a couple clips like on the channel and on Twitter from that interview.
To be honest, I didn't watch any of the clips. I'm a terrible co-host because I don't even watch half the stuff we put out sometimes. But
that hurts my feelings.
You know what? What I watch is good, and every time I watch something, I'm like, dang it, I gotta watch more stuff. So.
And then the Chase Claypool. Now, I will admit, I did not watch any of that stuff. But I think really the only thing that came out was big was saying that he was a top 3 receiver. Which, I do want to say this real quick. I don't have an issue with him saying that because you have to go in with that kind of confidence. Because he obviously, yes, we all know he's not a top 3, but he has the intangibles, like he has the physical assets to be. He's, for his size, he's pretty quick. Obviously, he gives the advantage on 50-50 balls. He's strong as hell. He's versatile. So, yeah, I think he has the capability to be. It's just he hasn't been able to, he hasn't, put everything together yet. And I think that's what's huge. And especially if you have that mindset going into your 3rd year when you don't have that 5th-year option, available to you, this is the real year for you to go out and ball out. Because look at what happened with Deontay Johnson in this 3rd year last year. He went out, balled out, over 1,000 yards, over 100 catches. Now we're talking about, he's going to get paid. You do that, if you're Chase Claypool this year, now you have a shot to go out and get paid, whether it is here or whether it's somewhere else. You're going to have the opportunity to go and get paid. So, yeah, I don't have an issue with him saying what he said. It's just you just got to have that mindset. And I think people blew it out of proportion because it's Chase Claypool.
See, I like that mindset, though. Because, I saw his comments, and I looked into it a little bit. That stuff, the Tomlin stuff, I didn't. I know I need to go back and watch the Tomlin stuff because I've heard it's good. But I like the mindset. I just don't necessarily know that I like going out and saying that. To me, it's a fine line of I like that you're confident in yourself.
Unless he's trying to put extra pressure on him because he wants to have the pressure on him to perform.
But even then, I like the confidence, but I like the confidence to yourself. I like the quiet, just sit down, be quiet, and go out there and work. That's the kind of football player I like.
See, I like a little hoorah.
See, I don't. It drives me nuts.
Just a tiny bit.
I don't like that.
For example, Antonio Brown, yeah, he had a little hoorah, but he was also working like a madman, and we saw he was one of the best wide receivers.
But I like the teams that stay out of the news for the locker room stuff. I know that we're not the team that stays out of the news for the locker room stuff, but I hate that. Be quiet, get out there and work. And you know what? So if you think you are a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL, go out and show me you're a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL. Don't go tell me after you've had an year.
You know who's a player that I'm surprised, and I want your opinion on, and I'm actually wearing his jersey right now, is Joey Porter, because that man used to just talk and talk and talk.
Now, see, okay, here's the thing.
There we go. Here we go. There's always something.
I feel like today is a different age, though. That's what I'm going at. With the social media and how much everything is just, and even 5 years ago, we're at a different place.
Porter, yeah, he did it. I mean, during remember what he said before Super Bowl 40 in that press conference when he was talking shit about Joe Jurevicius? Yeah, or it was either him or Jeremy Stevens. It was one of those two. And it was just all the shit talking that he was doing during that.
Now, see, trash talking, to me, is different than, talking yourself up. I feel like it's the look at me kind of aspect that I don't like. I like to just focus on it. And now, if you're gonna call somebody else out, that's cool. That's fine. It's the competitor in you. But like, if you're gonna go out and say I am a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL, that's like, one, you don't really like. If you're gonna go out and perform like that, cool, go prove it to me. But you're not that right now, so don't go out and say that because it just makes you sound like you don't know what you're talking about. I don't like when players talk about them. I want, like, cool, if you want to be competitive, if you want to call everybody else out, that's fine. That's a whole different story, and I mean, that has its places. Some people don't know how to keep it in its place, though, but that has its places, time, place, that's okay. But it's staying humble. I like a humble football player.
See, I don't know. I guess that's where I'm just a little bit different, because that's just, I don't know, I like a little hoorah. I like a little bit of that pizzazz.
I like a Sidney Crosby. Puts his head down and just works. Dominant, best player in the NHL for years.
Maybe that explains why I don't have a Sidney Crosby jersey, but I have an Antonio Brown jersey.
You should get a Sidney Crosby jersey.
And a Juju Smith-Schuster jersey. And a Chase Claypool jersey. And a Devin Bush jersey! I freaking have a Devin Bush jersey. In fact, it is right here because I wore it earlier today. It is the inverted jersey that I got from the Steelers team shop. So,
I hope we never wear those on the field.
these are beautiful. What do you mean? These are, like, if they came out with a jersey like this, oh my God. I think in terms of the inverted jerseys, those are one of the better ones that they made. There are some that are, like, terrible. There were some that were terrible, and I love them. That's why do you think I have that? Actually, the reason why I have that is because I wanted to make a Fitzpatrick jersey, and they did not have any because this was also 2019. So that explains a whole lot. You know what's a crime? That I don't have a Cam Hayward jersey. I think that is a crime. Especially that I'm an Ohio State fan, too. I have a Shazier jersey. I have a Shazier Color Rush. But I don't have a Cam Hayward jersey.
I have, how many player jerseys do I have?
But I do know, was it Jarvis Jones?
I think I can count on one hand the number of players jerseys I have.
Like, just for Pittsburgh or just all
Oh, anything. I have Jarvis Jones, Steeler jersey. I have my Andrew Miller jersey. I have six. I have my Jamison Tyone jersey. I have a Sidney Crosby rookie year, like with the Pittsburgh triangle on the side, which is kind of cool. I have an Evgeny Malkin 2008 Winter Classic jersey. And I have a Mario Lemieux inverted jersey with the Robo Penguin. That's 6. That's the 6 jerseys I have with people on the back.
I have more Steeler jerseys than that.
Yeah, I have my Jarvis Jones jersey.
Like, I have Bumblebee, Ben Roethlisberger, home Ben, home Troy Polamalu, home TJ Watt, home Joey Porter that I have on, away Juju, away Antonio Brown, Color Rush Shazier, Color Rush Claypool, and then the inverted. So that's 10. So,
I mean, I have a Pirates jersey that's blank, but I don't have a person on the back, which is the greatest thing.
I have one Indian jersey that's like that. It's just blank.
I mean, it's great for a Pirates jersey because...
Yeah. Then I have 2...
reasons.
I have 3 Indian jerseys with names on them. Mike Clevenger, Andrew Miller, Shane Bieber. So all pitchers. Interesting. It is very interesting. But...
Well, all my baseball jerseys are pitchers. Andrew Miller and Jamison Tyone.
Well, yeah. Then I have a Michael Jordan jersey. Bulls. Bunch of LeBron jerseys.
I thought you were going to say you have a Charlotte or Washington or something stupid Michael Jordan jersey. You're one of those.
UNC.
Well, no, because that makes sense. Like, if you, like, the people who go around with, like, the Charlotte Hornets
fun
Michael
fact,
Jordan
I
jerseys.
actually did at one point in time have a Michael Jordan Wizards jersey. I did have one.
But,
at
like,
one point.
the Michael Jordan Charlotte Hornets jerseys are so stupid.
Yeah, because he never played for them.
I know, but, like, you see him
yeah,
around. He owns them, but, like, that's just weird to me.
What else do I have?
Because, like, the Lemieux jerseys that they'd sell, yeah, he was the owner, but he also played for them, so...
Yeah. Who else do I have? I have a couple Buckeyes jerseys.
See, I want to go on DHgate because DHgate actually makes some quality stuff randomly.
Yeah, but they're also boof.
Yeah, but they took over a Nike factory, so their football jerseys are actually like pretty legit.
See,
I want to get
I'm
just
weird.
for places. I love official. If I'm gonna get a jersey, it's got to be the official.
I'm weird.
One.
I have to like know it's 100% official.
But I really want to go out and get like a Liberty Malik Willis jersey, just because I think that'd be cool, and we don't sell those.
Okay, I guess that's the exception. Like if you're going to get a college jersey,
Yeah, that's what I want to go out and get.
That's the exception.
Because all my jerseys are.
Although I wouldn't see, I could see at one point in time them actually making those. I could definitely see at one point in time them making like a Malik Willis jersey. Because I know like for Ohio State we have a couple like player jerseys.
I can tell you right now, I personally know that they do not make Malik Willis jerseys at Liberty and sell them.
Well, I'm not saying right now.
And they're not going to, because Liberty is goofy when it comes to... Liberty does a terrible job marketing their own athletic gear to their own student body and their own fan base. Well, no, because DHgate, it's where I want to get my Liberty jerseys, because, kind of stick it... I already pay them so much money.
Like, it's like a Ohio State LeBron jersey.
That, it would be one of those goofy jerseys that...
Like, they have Eddie George, they have that... This Eddie George is kind of fire. They obviously have like the number 1s or whatever. Like I have a number 5 homebred, and then I have a number 1 black.
Patrick Marleau, Carolina Hurricanes jersey.
Fun fact, you know what I did for a show one time?
No.
I know you're gonna tell me. On an old show, yes, I am. And this is on air. This was after the Chiefs beat the Browns in the playoffs, and we were doing our old show. And I did this thing where I went and I bought a Patrick Mahomes Chiefs jersey. Didn't even take off the tags. The tags were still on. I tucked them in. I did this thing where it was like they did the intro and I wasn't here because I told them like 30 seconds prior I had to go to the bathroom, which was actually true. But then I put the jersey on and I came down acting like I was a big Chiefs fan just to piss everyone off. I'll have to find that video because I actually did that. And I just started clapping. I'm like, yeah! And then I took the jersey back the next day.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's kind of what happened with that.
Some poor dude got a Patrick Mahomes jersey covered in Browns tears. Brand new, but covered in Browns tears.
If you're a Chiefs fan, you probably like that, honestly.
That's a good point. That's a really good point, actually.
So there you go. But other than that, I think that's about it for our...
Hour and a half long.
Yeah. Hour and a half long year extravaganza. Again, if you have not yet, go and subscribe. Like we're trying to. If there was any possible way for us to get to 1,000 by the football season, that would be amazing. Will it happen? We'll see. Obviously, get a bunch of people to join the giveaway. That could definitely happen. Although I cannot wait to see the subscriber count just go when they don't win the giveaway, because that's always what happens. It's great. But other than that, again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you everyone for all the support, for all of the views that if you've ever clicked on one of our videos or one of our live streams, it means the world to us. I mean, we're closing in on 100,000 total views on the channel.
That's a lot. That's a lot of views. That's more than Heinz Field and a Pirates game combined.
Yeah, so literally, so it's like, 90...
I get it. The math is not necessarily completely there, but nobody goes to Pirates games. Show up to Pirates games, vote for the Pirates to the All-Star game. Rant over.
Yeah, I was going to say, I got to try to do that a little bit more. In fact, I'll post something again tonight about trying to vote, get people to vote for a pirate or multiple pirates. We're going to speak it into existence. I think David Bednar is going to get in.
David Bednar should get in, and David Bednar should turn it down.
Interesting. Why should he turn it down?
I hate seeing relief or pitchers in general going to the All-Star game. Like a hitter, that's cool. You go, you swing the bat a couple of times, you play 2 innings, and you get your fanfare. A reliever, don't mess with my National League Reliever of the Month from the month of May. Leave him alone. He's ours. We like him. Leave him alone.
But what if he's got to be our representative for the Pirates?
Send Brian Reynolds.
You know damn well they I would love to see
Reynolds went last year
Yeah, but who else was it behind him? Was that it?
for the Pirates.
Yeah.
And Adam Frazier.
See, I don't know.
And then we traded Adam Frazier.
I'll say I didn't know.
No, Adam Frazier and Reynolds went to the All-Star game last year.
All right. Well, that'd be kind of cool to see them actually have multiple.
In fact, I think one or both of them started the All-Star game. I think Frazier maybe they didn't. Maybe I'm wrong.
Now I'm looking this up. MLB All-Star game. Where the American League whooped ass again because what's new?
Whatever.
I'm looking this up, and then we'll get the hell on out of here. Players.
Adam Frazier. Batting ninth. Brian Reynolds batting eighth. I told you we put two starters in last year.
Okay. I was wrong. I apologize.
You were wrong.
I apologize.
I think they both got a hit too.
Okay, there we go. So I guess Pittsburgh does represent. Let's hope we can get multiple again in this year.
Yeah, the year before that we had
0 because there was none All-Star.
Well, the All-Star game before that, the Cleveland one, we put Josh Bell and Felipe Vasquez. Role model. Put him.
Oh boy. Yeah. Oh boy.
Him up there with Vic on the Mount Rushmore of not role models for sports.
And OJ.
OJ.
Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez. Well, no, that's just the all-prison team. I mean, the Raiders.
But until then, thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, we appreciate you guys a ton for tuning in. We're just getting started. We got a whole lot more coming. And until then, again, make sure to enter to win this damn jersey.
If you haven't yet, what are you doing?
If you haven't yet, well, yeah, go do it, damn it. And until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Stay safe, stay cool, because it is hot. Well, right now it actually feels nice, but
Yeah, right now it's not bad.
it's been hot as hell last few days.
Drink water. Get sleep.
Oh, I was thinking drink pop and get no sleep. As I drink water.
Peak athlete.
Oh yeah, cause totally. You see my physique. I am totally a top peak athlete.
You never know these days.
And on that note, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Go Pirates.
Let's go Bucks.
Go vote for them, damn it. And again, yeah.